Hey kids, we're back again. I just finished up at the gym, so I'm kind of a mess, don't mind me. So we are a little ways out from finishing up the last soap that we made, Dragon Drink. I'll go ahead and put a link to that up in the iCard there for you. But it's about time to bevel the soaps, and normally we bevel them with a potato peeler, which works, but it can be a little wobbly and inconsistent, and sometimes, you know, if you put the wrong pressure, wrong angle, it goes a little too deep and then it looks like a mess. Can't say I'm a big fan. So what we're going to be doing is trying to make our own soap beveler, and I am going to go ahead and hop on over to Home Depot, grab some supplies, and we'll head home and see what we can make. Alright, so let's get going. Oh, and real quick, if you want to see any other videos of us doing some DIY soap equipment, I did do a video a while back of me making one of our slab molds. So if you want to know how to make one of those for really inexpensive, I'm going to put another link up in the iCard for you. But yeah, serious this time. Let's go. Okay, we're going to get a couple of these dual rated lugs. They're $1.86. They're going to hold the wire. Okay, next up is a 1x3 x 6 foot common board. It's $2.92. I don't need it to be quite as large as our last project, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that one right there on the top. Alright, I forgot to buy some wire, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some 20 gauge craft wire, which is $3.79. We'll be able to use this for our loaf splitter and also for our bar cutter as well. So let's grab the black one. Oh my god, I want everything in this aisle. Halloween stuff. But especially these giant googly eyes. Yes. Next up, I've gone ahead and marked 12 inches on the board here. I only need the two pieces, so we'll have some extra. Maybe I'll make a second one if this works out. We'll see. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this cut down. Now that we've got those cut down, what I'm going to do is go ahead and clamp these together like this, because what I'll be doing is securing them back here. And I want to make sure that when I drill the little holes for the wire, I know exactly where these pieces are going to fit together, and I don't risk them not coming back together exactly as they're supposed to. Alright, nice and clamped down. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and drill the holes in here and do a test fit, and then I will drill the holes for the wire over here on the other side once I take it apart, and then when I put it all back together, I'll know it's going to fit exactly the same way. And I've got my countersink bit installed on my drill, so let's go ahead and drill the holes here. Okay. What I'm gonna do now is I've got a bar of one of our soaps that I did a quick bevel on with the potato peeler. And I'll show you some details a little further in the video. Why I want to do a beveler of our own instead of just using the potato peeler like we've been using, because it's just not consistent enough. I don't like the way it looks. So I've got a piece of paper, and this is going to be my guide for marking the wood as to where I want to drill the holes for the wire. So I'm going to line up the edge of the soap with the edge of the paper so I know where I want my bevel to land. So this is going to be, oh, it's so tiny. I don't know if you can even see that. Let me zoom in super close here. Itty bitty. So I'm going to try and mark that here. A little higher up there. So we want a bevel about like that. So that is not large. Not a lot of room for error here, so really tiny. When I go in and mark this on the wood and then drill the holes, that's why I want to be able to separate the two pieces before I drill the holes, is that these are really close together. Wish me luck. Marked two spots here. Right there where the wire's going to go. So let's take this back apart. Got my very smallest drill bit here. Cross your fingers. There's one. And two. Okay. So it'll come back together like that. And that's where our wire will go. So let's go get some wood glue and put this together. I'll let that wood glue get nice and set, and then I'll come back and sand this, and then we'll start treating the wood, and then we'll put the wires in. So it's been a few days. I've been sick. Unfortunately, I'm still a little sick, but we're gonna press on here. So the glue has dried. We've got our little holes where our wire is gonna go. And what I need to do now is decide where our dual rated lugs are going to go, and those are going to hold the wire. So I need those to be able to catch the wire coming out here and here. The problem I had with these last time on our loaf splitter and our bar cutter is that if I just leave these out like this, eventually what happens is they can twist. So what I'd like to do is mark off with my pencil where these are going to land so that I can create a little divot for them to live in. And that'll keep them from getting loose. Anyway, I'm going to pre-drill the screw holes and then cut out a little bit of the divot here. So let's go ahead and pre-drill real quick. Don't need to go very deep. This is not a super thick board. Okay. Alright, let me go get some tools for cutting out that divot. Alright, tools obtained. These are, oddly enough, some of the few tools that are actually my husband's. Most of the tools are mine. Alright, let's test that out. There we go. That's good. That'll keep that from moving. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and sand this down then. So I'm going to start with my 80 grit sandpaper. Just run over that real quick with my little Black & Decker sander. Time to switch to the 220. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this wiped down with an old t-shirt to get rid of all the dust. And then we're going to go ahead and put a layer of polyurethane on there. Might do a couple layers just to make sure that it's good and ready to go so that it can withstand being cleaned and doesn't soak up all the fragrance oil and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and pop open that and get started. I tell ya, polyurethane, polyurethane. Must have been my name, polyurethane. thing, 'cause you can look right through me, brush on by me, and you always know I'm there. Alright, we're gonna let that dry, and then I'll go ahead and sand it and put on another layer. We're back. I have finished the polyurethane coats here on this, and I put the lugs on here where I carved it out a little bit. I've also put the wire through, so I started here at the bottom and put that in first into the lug, and then went down through the hole, up through here, and through the second hole, out through here and into the other lug where it's been secured. So we are ready to give this a try. So here's a comparison. The one that's been beveled with our little handmade beveler is the one on the left, and the one that was beveled with the potato peeler is the one on the right. So I'd say there's a definite difference in terms of how this looks. I really like how much cleaner the one on the left looks. I think my wire might be ever so slightly not even, but that's okay. This actually looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and maybe bevel up a couple more of these. Out of curiosity, I'm going to give this a time test. Let's see how long it takes me to bevel with this guy. That was really quick. Awesome. All done. So it's been a couple weeks since I made this, and I have since made some adjustments that I think are significantly more beneficial. So we've been able to use this on several different soaps already. The first thing to let you know is that this works best on soaps that have been curing for about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on your recipe. Really fresh soaps, it does not work very well. It kind of just tears them to shreds. So I would recommend not beveling them for a little bit. The other thing is that I did mention earlier on in the video that I did a 20 gauge wire. I actually traded it out for a 24 gauge, which has been working a lot better. It's a little thinner. And you also saw some feet. Well, I took those off because of the fact that this isn't very wide. The feet were actually making it rock back and forth instead of keeping it stable. The other thing is that earlier on in the video, you saw me beveling away from myself. I found that's a certain loss of control, makes it kind of difficult to actually bevel. It's significantly easier if you bevel towards yourself like that. And it comes off nice and easy. Then you can just get all the sides. Now I'm sort of already breaking what I just said. This is a really fresh soap. I should not be beveling this already. I just wanted to show you because the pieces get stuck. When it's been curing for a while, you don't have the pieces getting stuck. They just pop off nice and easy, and they tend to sort of just stick on the soap, and then you just pull them off. So this is a little bit of a mess right now, but with the, so you can see that looks a lot nicer, but this is kind of rough because the soap's not all the way cured. But nice clean edges, way easier with control to pull it towards yourself than it is to go away from yourself. So if you go ahead and make one, just make sure bevel towards yourself, do a 24 gauge wire, not a 20 gauge wire, skip the feet. So final tally on cost. The lugs were $1.86 for 2 of them. The piece of wood was $2.92, but you only need 24 inches off of it, so it's enough to do a second one. And the roll of wire was $3.79, so that comes out to $8.57 before tax. And I did use wood glue and polyurethane. I have those things around. I mean, I kind of am assuming if you've got a lot of the tools to do this, you probably already have those things, so I didn't count it into the cost. So not counting those, less than $9, probably less than $10 with tax to go ahead and make one of these. Considering those things, the wood glue's $3.97. A small can of polyurethane's like $12, but again, not actually required to make this. You can use it without those things. And I just am assuming you already have those things. If you're handy like me, you probably do. So overall, this has been such a massive time saver. I'm really happy with it. I really like the way the bars look when they come out of the beveler. and that's going to make them significantly easier to shrink wrap. So overall, really pleased with how this came out. If you make one, let me know. I'd love to know how it works out for you. All right, and we'll catch you for another time. You can check out any of our other videos. I'll go ahead and at the end of this put in some links that'll be for subscription for some other videos for you to check out. You can always check out our soaps at catandravendesigns.com, and I would really appreciate it if you subscribe and give a like to this video. All right, have a good day, everybody.